Hello, friends. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get updates of things happening around you. I appreciate every one of you that have subscribed to this channel. And if you have not subscribed, I say thank you very much, because I know that at the end of this news, you are going to subscribe. And I want you to press the red button and also the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we publish any news. Thank you very much once again. Apply Aburi Accord. Divide Nigeria now. Agbakoba tells Buhari. Former president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) and human rights activist Olisa Agbakoba (SAN) has told President Muhammadu Buhari to divide the country into 8 regional structures. Agbakoba, one of the greatest heroes of democracy in Nigeria, noted that there are so many unclear issues in Nigeria about how people of the country want to organize themselves and how they want to live together. The senior lawyer told reporters at the weekend that insecurity and other serious issues facing the country can't be fully arrested if the central government remains so strong as it is now. He added that this is because community policing or state policing is a tactical tool to deal with the problem, but the strategic tool is the bigger question of the national question. There are so many unclear issues in Nigeria about how we want to organize ourselves, how we want to live together. This is what some people have called the restructuring question. Some call it the national question, but I call it the devolution of powers question. Whatever it's called, that is the central issue that needs resolution, so that even if you use tactical tools like community policing, but the bigger issue remains, then I don't know if we can resolve it. What Nigeria needs is space. They are diverse ethnicity and they are living in such close proximity that one ethnic community is in the face of the other with counter cultures, counter religious belief, and that is not healthy. Even in America, in spite of all their advanced democracy, they take care of diversities. So I think if I were to advise the president, for instance, the first thing to do is create space, identify the ethnic regionalities, create 8 big blocks, even though we have 6 to make it 8. And then I will give them the power to do things at their own local government or at their own local level. It's called the principle of subsidiarity. Let them work at their own local level. Subsidiarity is where people engage themselves at the local level, such that you find in Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and England. Part of the challenge they had when they were living closely was to create an act of settlement of 1705. That was when peace began to come and each of the regions recognized themselves. They all had their own prime ministers and they called them first ministers. So the prime minister of the UK is the one we see internationally, but on local matters like school, refuse collection, education, agriculture, employment, health issues, it's local. So imagine where 8 of the regional structures in Nigeria were fending for themselves of their local level and not depending on federal allocation from Abuja. Things will be different. Immediately then, we take control of what is around them. They will create state police. They will create the relevant security apparatus to deal with any threat. Therefore, you don't need one chief of army staff and they don't need one inspector general of police to be running around entire Nigeria. For instance, say in the south region, they will have all the relevant apparatuses to deal with whatever situation that they need to survive as a region. They could have courts. They might like to have a Supreme Court of the South-South where cases end in the Supreme Court of the South-South. So they do not have to go to the Supreme Court of Nigeria because the Supreme Court of Nigeria has no business dealing with issues arising from there. That is the kind of space I think that should be paramount in the issue concerning where Nigeria is heading to. Because that discussion is not on the table. all these ethnic issues flare up as major national insecurity challenge. So that is what I will do or suggest if I had the opportunity to advise on it. The federal government is too strong. The federal government is actually not a federal government. Ours is a unitary government because the states have no power on the legislative list. So there are 68 items on the exclusive list, and as the name implies, in exclusive list, only the federal government handles it. There is 30 on the concurrent list. Concurrent list is between the federal and the state to legislate. But if the federal government legislates them pursuant to what is called the doctrine of covering the field, the state is not allowed to do anything. In other words, the states have no legislative authority. That creates a problem. Why should the federal government be dealing with universal basic education for primary schools? What is the federal government's responsibility with that? I don't understand. What is the federal government's responsibility with setting up a JAM process so that you equalize educational activities? But if my grandchild from Anambra scores 282, but my friend's grandson from Zamfara scores 100, my friend's grandson gets into the university, but my own does not get in. Why don't you simply say, look, each region can just organize itself and take your examination? So it is the centrifugal federalism that means federalism that has a pyramid that has only one leader. That is our problem. We just have to blast the structures and allow regional leaders as we had under the 1960 constitution. So when you have regional leaders, you will have people who will like to play regional politics or regional law. There is no reason, for instance, in my own opinion, for instance, in my own profession, the 8 regions I propose should not be awarding SAN to their best lawyers. Why must it only be Abuja? In the UK, the SAN in England is different from the SAN in Scotland. So the formula that worked for Nigeria was to recognize the differences, and I think the best example of the agreement that we can apply is the Aburi Accord. The Aburi Accord recognized that Nigeria's problems were as a result of our diversity not being well managed. We need to manage our diversity. That is the way we can move forward. So in a nutshell, what Agbakoba is saying is still the restructuring people have been clamoring for. But I don't know why people at the center are afraid to make this happen. Believe you me, the people that are handling the affair of the Nigerian system of government now, the people that are ruling, the ruling party, the APC, once they are out of the government, you will see that they will start singing the same thing. I think they believe that the central is too powerful, and once they are in charge of that space, they wouldn't want to listen to anybody. The same people, once they leave the government, they will start singing the same song that they want restructuring, they want restructuring. Now they are behaving, or they are pretending as if they don't know what it means. They will come and tell you that a different people with a different meaning of a restructuring, that they don't believe in it. One thing is that once you keep doing something over and over again and you are not getting results, why not change course? But what I know is that Nigerians are too intelligent. Every one of us, we are too intelligent, from high to bottom, from bottom to top. Every one of us, we are so intelligent, but the issue we have, or the problem we have, is the greed, selfishness. Because I'm opportune to be at the leadership position, I don't care about any other person, and they just want to continue to enjoy themselves. But as soon as they come out, their language will change. You will see the same people preaching as nationalists. The same people, they will be preaching as if they have the interest of the country at heart. But now they are there, but I don't know what the problem is. I don't just know what the problem is. Everybody knows the solution of Nigeria, but the political will to be able to do that right thing, to be able to make effort to change things, that is what is lacking. Everybody knows what we just need to do. It's not rocket science. If Nigeria wants to be good today, people that are leading, people at the helm of affair of government, they know what to do, but they don't just want to do it. That is just my own opinion. I would like you to put your comments below in the comment section. Bye.